Check, check. Oh, here we go. All right, good morning, everyone. If you'll start moving towards your seats, we'll get started very shortly. Oh, you cue me? Okay. Yeah. Great. All right, in case some of you didn't hear, if you'll go ahead and move toward your seats, that would be great. We can get started. Do what? Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks. I'm ready to start when you cue me, so you can start. Well, good morning, everyone. Very well behaved this morning. Taking your seats, I appreciate that. We're very happy to see all of you here this morning for our 2024 State of the Schools program. I was talking to some people at my table, and they say, wow, this event has come a long way. And that is certainly the truth. Today's event is sponsored by the Chesapeake Public Schools Educational Foundation, whose mission it is to foster community partnerships while supporting the educational opportunities provided throughout our school district. Your attendance today represents your commitment to supporting this vital mission. This event is one of several the foundation hosts throughout the year to raise funds to provide instructional innovation grants to our teachers, to stock the Teacher Supply Center, and our care spaces to bring high-quality professional development opportunities to our district, and much, much more. The foundation couldn't do the important work they do without the generosity of our corporate sponsors and private donors, many of whom are also table sponsors for today's event. We'd especially like to thank our presenting sponsor, Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. They've been a generous financial supporter of the foundation for years, but their work also extends to hosting student interns from our nursing and pharmacy programs and their long-running support of the work-based readiness program, Project Search. We'd also like to thank the Chesapeake Council PTA for their attendance today. Their work supports our district and creates a powerful avenue for engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for all children. Chesapeake TV is also joining us here today. They're assisting with the multimedia presentation and also making it possible to make this event available on their live website, on local Cox and Verizon stations, and on our YouTube channel. And we thank them so much for their support. Also around the room this morning, if you haven't seen them already, you'll see student media representatives from all 7 of our high schools. They're here on behalf of their respective journalism programs and will be documenting the event, so please smile when they come to your table. And what's not to smile about, right? At this time, the Oscar Smith High School Junior Air Force ROTC will present our colors. They are under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Barrett and Master Sergeant Michael Fiorella. That will be immediately followed by our national anthem, performed by the Grassville High School senior, Kiara Stewart. Please stand as you're able.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you so much, Kiara. I know everyone enjoyed that. You may be seated. At this time, Pastor Sarah Brown from the church at Hampton Roads will deliver our blessing and invocation.
Thank you for having me here today. I feel incredibly honored and humbled to be surrounded by so many amazing leaders, educators, administrators. I mean, I know there's support staff here. Just incredible to look around this room, and it's filled with people who have a heart for children, for families, for our community, and I'm just incredibly honored. I know that after 29 years of serving children and their families, I know that you have one of the most important and one of the most difficult jobs on this planet. And I just want to thank you for all of your hard work, all of your dedication. Thank you so much. And I want to pray over our time together. So, dear Lord, I thank you for this time. And I thank you for all of the amazing leaders in this room, people who work so hard and are so dedicated to others. And Lord, I pray that you would bless them, God. I pray, Lord, that you would encourage them, that you would strengthen them. Lord, I pray that they would not lose heart in doing good, that they will reap a reward if they won't faint. God, that you encourage those who have been on the verge of just giving up because of the difficult times. And Lord, I thank you for strengthening them even right now. Lord, I pray for our principals and our teachers who are every day interacting with students and parents. Lord, give them wisdom and give them discernment like never before to be able to discern situations that they come upon. Lord, I pray for those in the room that are the ones making decisions for our schools. God, give them wisdom, Lord. I pray for a courage and a boldness to make decisions that would protect truth, God, and the well-being of our children. Lord, that you would go before them and give them insight into every decision that they need to make. Lord, I thank you for all of those in this room. Lord, that you would continue to lead our steps and guide us. And Lord, thank you for this time together. We surrender it all to you. I pray, Lord, that you would bless those that are serving us this morning. And I thank you for this food we're about to have. Lord, that you would bless it to our bodies, strengthen each one of us. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Brown. All those comments and that beautiful prayer with no notes. That's impressive. Everyone, please enjoy your breakfast.
All right, cool.
don't know if I need this microphone or not. Okay, there we go. If you're still eating, please continue to enjoy your breakfast. Before we continue this morning, I'd like to welcome some special guests whom we are very happy to have here today. Joining us from our Chesapeake School Board, our chair, Miss Angie Swigert, our vice chair, Mr. Thomas Mercer Sr., board members, Mr. Samuel Boone Jr., Mr. Michael Lamonia, Mr. John McCormick, Mrs. Kim Scott, and Dr. Brittany Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, your Chesapeake School Board. We're honored to have with us, representing Congressman Bobby Scott, Mr. Thomas Vivero. Also joining us from the Virginia General Assembly, we have Senator Christy Newcraig, representing Senator, there you go. You get your own applause. How about that? Nice. All right. Representing Senator Louise Lucas, Mr. Will Smith is here. Delegate Bonita Anthony has joined us this morning. Delegate Baxter Ennis. And also representing the Attorney General Jason Miyares is Mr. Nicholas Prophet. All right, joining us from our Chesapeake City Council, Mr. Jeff Bunn, Mr. Don Carey III, Mrs. Debbie Ritter, and Dr. Ella Ward. Again, Chesapeake City Council. In addition, we have some constitutional officers joining us today. We want to welcome Ms. Victoria Prophet, Commissioner of Revenue, and Mr. Ben White, City Treasurer. Finally, some additional special guests who are with us today. We want to welcome Fire Chief Sam Golisano and City Manager Mr. Christopher Price from the City of Chesapeake. Also joining us are our Deputy City Managers, Dr. Wanda Bernard Bailey, Mr. Robert Geis, Ms. Laura Fitzpatrick, and Mr. Brian Solis are with us today. Thank you all again for taking your time out to support us and to be here today. At this time, it's my honor to introduce Angela B. Swigert, Chair of the Chesapeake School Board. She was first elected to the board in May of 2020, and she has served as chairman since January 2023. Please welcome Mrs. Angela B. Swigert.
Good morning. On behalf of the entire City of Chesapeake School Board, including Vice Chairman Tom Mercer, Mr. Sam Boone, Mrs. Amanda Dean, Mr. Mike Lamonia, Mr. John McCormick, Mr. Norman Poole, Ms. Kim Scott, and Dr. Brittany Walker, I am pleased to welcome you to the 2024 State of the Schools Breakfast. Thank you for joining us this morning. I begin by expressing our deep gratitude to the members of the Chesapeake Public Schools Educational Foundation. We appreciate all of the relentless hard work you do in support of our students and our staff. Our successes and advancements would not be possible without the steadfast leadership of our district superintendent, Dr. Jared Cotton. With over 30 years in education, Dr. Cotton has an impressive background in strategic planning, curriculum, and instruction. He believes an exceptional education begins with fostering strong relationships paired with creative and effective teaching practices. He stresses the value of integrity in working with our students, staff, and members of our community. Dr. Cotton is vigilant about constant improvement and innovation and encourages our school leadership to do the same. We are fortunate to have a superintendent who is wholly dedicated to our ability and responsibility to inspire, engage, and empower each of our students to achieve their highest unique potential. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jared Cotton.
Good morning. And thank you, Mrs. Swigert, for that introduction. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank you and all of our school board members who are here today. Your support remains crucial to the success of our school district. Thank you again for the opportunity to continue to serve as superintendent of this great district and this phenomenal city. On behalf of the school board and the entire leadership team of Chesapeake Public Schools, which, by the way, can I get my leadership team to stand, please, so we can recognize them for their great support? They told me not to do that, but I have the microphone, so I appreciate each and every one of you. I would also like to thank everyone in attendance this morning for taking time out of your busy schedules to join me in supporting the mission of both Chesapeake Public Schools and our Educational Foundation. As Mr. Babb alluded to earlier, the foundation provides invaluable resources to our teachers and students, and much of what we do is only possible with their continued support. If you are here representing the Chesapeake Public Schools Educational Foundation this morning, please stand to be recognized. Thank you again for all you do. Chesapeake has been my home for the better part of my life. Many of you know that I'm a proud 1988 graduate of Great Bridge High School, and that I began my teaching career as a 5th grade teacher at Crestwood Intermediate School. Fun fact, in the same classroom where I was once a student. When I look back and reflect on the path that led me here, and even on the detours that took me away briefly, it's no surprise that this community here is where I found my passion and purpose in life. Today, if you don't already, I hope you also find yourself here in our community and throughout our school district, because the great things that happen within our schools don't happen by accident. They happen with the support and commitment of people just like you. Everywhere you look in Chesapeake Public Schools, you'll find outstanding educators who are leading our classrooms with innovative practices. You'll find generous students giving their time to help others. You'll find coaches setting up their players for success on and off the field. And you'll find parents working with us as educational partners and volunteering their time to support our students and staff. It's in these small moments every day that you'll find collaboration, connection, and community here. Those of you who have close ties to our district are already very familiar with the role our strategic planning process plays in guiding the work we do, in measuring our success, and most importantly, in identifying areas of need for improvement. Throughout our time together this morning, you'll see how our 4 strategic goal areas, academics, employees, environment, and community, are seamlessly embedded within our vision to inspire, engage, and empower all learners to achieve their highest potential here. You already saw that incredible potential on stage this morning with the performance of our national anthem. What is already very clear is that Kiera is enormously talented, but to be successful, Kiera, her teacher, and our district had to find ways to work together to overcome some unique challenges. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Kiera is our visually impaired student. I actually met her during her 8th grade year. I knew right away that she was very, very talented because she just has this, she's like me in that she has a tiny frame but a really huge sound when she sings. She has a great big voice.
Singing gives me hope, courage, and you know, since I'm blind, the only thing I have to work with is my ears.
She's unlike anyone I've ever met. She does not let her inability to see like the rest of us see hold her back. In fact, she has excelled as a music student, as a chorus student.
But in order to do that, Kiera has had some very unique challenges to overcome.
A lot of what we do as a group relies on visual cues, but she won't be able to see that. So she and I have, over the years, come up with different ways to signal those things. Another challenge is the music that she might need to learn for something like district chorus. I always contact whoever's choosing the music or directing and say, I have a student who needs this music to be brailled. But I've learned a lot teaching her, and the district has learned a lot. having her participate in all of these high-level chorus events, we have a little bit more awareness.
The process is very difficult. It starts with an eighth note C. Sometimes I wanted to give up music.
But instead, Kiera embraced it, learning to play instruments and combining her love of French culture with songwriting.
I want to be a French interpreter. First thing I want to do is get to Paris. I want to get myself to Paris. I'm imagining all the beauty that Paris has to offer. I'm also using Paris as a symbol. And a little Paris means a little positivity. Put a little Paris in your life and you'll be fine.
Teaching a student like Kiera really opened my eyes and the eyes of the students around her to really think outside of their own bodies and outside of their own experiences to make singing and communal singing exactly what it should be, which is an experience of, the whole group. And we are making art together.
I put a little Paris in my way and you'll be fine.
Kiera is joined by some of her biggest supporters, her aide, Trish Knox, her aunt, Judith Soul, her teacher, Elise Krepko, and her mom, I believe is here, Stephanie Arcangelo. Would you all please stand to be recognized? I'd also like to thank Dr. John Chenault, our supervisor of music. Dr. Chenault brought Kiera's incredible story to our attention earlier this year when she was named to the Senior Honors Choir, one of the most elite recognitions a Virginia high school choral student can earn. Dr. Chenault is retiring this year after dedicating 31 years to education in the city of Chesapeake, including roles as a music teacher and assistant principal. And John, we appreciate you and your commitment to all of our students, especially Kiera. Would you please stand to be recognized? Kiera, we are so proud of you, and while we might not be able to send you to Paris, our Chesapeake Educational Foundation and Cafe Genevieve in Virginia Beach have a special gift for you. Mr. Murphy, who's on our Educational Foundation board, would like to present Kiera with a $100 gift card to enjoy an authentic French cafe experience. We're on a budget, but I'm sure you'll still enjoy. I hope you enjoy your time. Thank you again for being with us this morning. What I love most about sharing stories like Kiera's is that it shows the true value and importance of finding a place to belong for all students. And it's teachers like Ms. Krepko who are creating those types of inclusive and supportive communities in their classrooms across our school district. That same sense of community was also on full display in the Western Branch area of our city. The Chittum Bears are setting a national example by creating and prioritizing a learning environment focused on closing achievement gaps for all students. See for yourself how their hard work paid off in a big way when Chittum was named a National Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education.
So today was our National Blue Ribbon Celebration Day. We were recognized in November as a National Blue Ribbon School by the United States Department of Education, and today is the day we were celebrating with our staff, students, some school board members, our superintendent, and some of his cabinet members.
Your school is proud of you, your superintendent's proud of you. We're so excited to be here today. Congratulations, students and staff, on a job well done. Thank you.
There were only 353 schools in the entire United States, to include private and charter schools as well as public schools, that received this award. We are one of 7 public schools in the state of Virginia, and our school earned this designation due to our closing of the achievement gap for students.
I like Chittum because I like when my teacher teaches me math.
And each of you are getting a little bit speaking note today. You're going to write a little thing about what you love about Chittum and add it to our blue ribbon.
Chittum because each day I see my friends. I go in college. I want to study about helping people.
Our students and staff have worked really hard, and so they really deserve this special day.
As a blue ribbon school, Chittum Elementary serves as a model for schools across the city, state, and indeed the country, and we are so proud of them for putting Chesapeake Public Schools on the map at a national level. I don't know about you, but hearing young students like Amir express a desire to go to college to learn how to help people certainly makes me feel confident that our priorities are in the right place. Amir is here today with his parents and his principal, Bridget Outlaw. Would you all please stand to be recognized? Amir was eager to tell us all the reasons that he loves being a Chittum Bear and about his future plans to help others like his mom, who works in the medical field. As educators, we know how important it is for students, especially our youngest ones, to have high-quality role models in their lives at home, at school, and in the community. Seeing some of those role models serve and protect others has been one of the biggest benefits of our partnership with the Chesapeake Sheriff's Office to bring school resource deputies into our elementary schools for the first time this year. The goal of this new initiative and partnership is to ensure that all of our students and staff feel supported here. We are very proud and grateful for our long-standing partnership with the police department that has allowed us to have full-time SROs in each of our middle and high schools for some time. But over the past few years, it has become increasingly apparent to us that our elementary schools needed some of the same kind of increased presence and support from local law enforcement. These deputies currently rotate to serve our 28 elementary schools, and by all accounts, especially from our principals, the program is a huge success. That's certainly true at B.M. Williams Primary. Take a look.
Been with the Sheriff's Office for almost 19 years. School resource officer here at B.M. Williams Primary. I think the kids, probably the best part of it, obviously I think is why we're all here. The transition from working in my previous unit has been pretty awesome. The teachers, the administration, they've made this experience pretty awesome.
Of course, as a principal, it's nice to have that feeling of security, that we have someone here looking out for us at all times. It's great with the kids. He enjoys interacting with them. He allows his presence to just let everybody feel safe on property.
He's doing a great job protecting our whole school.
Just bridge the gap. Be present, build a relationship with these kids that, law enforcement, we're here to help. We're here to keep the school safe.
Unfortunately, we do have to do threat assessments, and he offers another perspective, give us how he sees things, because we look at things educationally and he's looking at things from a safety, and he kind of keeps us all informed about what's going on in the community.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, Mr. H should be coming back that way.
Okay, cool.
He's just been excellent addition to our staff here. We consider him a part of the B.M. Williams family.
Thank you for protecting our school.
Deputy Mejia is here this morning. Would you please stand to be recognized? It's only through collaborative efforts like these and the dedicated people like Deputy Mejia that we continue to ensure that our students are able to learn in a safe and supportive environment. That's also the goal of our School Safety Task Force, initiated by Mayor Rick West in 2018. Just last month, we hosted the first of our 2 school safety forums, where we invited the community to not only hear about the group's work, but to also actively engage, ask questions, and provide feedback. It's imperative that our community is involved in these important conversations. So I hope you'll consider joining us for the next forum on May 22nd at Western Branch High School. As you can see, school safety continues to be our top priority. Often, though, through the help of law enforcement and community agencies, we are alerted to things happening in our community first before these issues appear in our schools. That was the catalyst behind another joint effort between our Office of Family and Community Engagement, or FACE, and the detectives from the Chesapeake Police Department to address the growing opioid crisis. This year, we focused on expanding our community outreach efforts and hosted 3 family forums for parents and students about the dangers of fentanyl. Our primary goal is to continue to engage with our families about these serious issues. The School Safety Task Force and these types of family engagement opportunities are just a few of the ongoing collaborations between school and city leaders. Earlier this year, I joined Mayor Rick West, City Manager Chris Price, and others for the official dedication of our joint Central Fleet Maintenance Facility. The 50,000 square foot facility off of South Military Highway will allow our transportation department to streamline maintenance and improve service to families across the district. Here's a quick look inside.
So vehicle technology itself has improved, and then the facilities in the private sector that we compete with for talent have also improved. And it's sort of a two-pronged approach. We need to have the technology, we need to have the parts and inventory management systems, we need to have the just-in-time service delivery to be able to give our technicians and our mechanics what they need to do the job right the first time. But also when we're recruiting mechanics, recruiting technicians from the private sector to come join the team, the expectation in the industry is that you'll have a modern shop and be able to produce and prepare with all of the tools that those modern shops have. And so we wanted to accomplish both of those things with this facility, and I think it's clear that we've delivered.
Well, it's really a game changer for our staff. We really just don't have the space in our current facility. We've actually had to add a second shift to come in and work different hours because they all can't be in the same place at the same time. So this is really going to allow us to be much more efficient and make a more comfortable work environment for them because they do incredible work each and every day to keep our buses rolling. As you can see, especially from David Benson's expression, this facility has the potential to be a game changer for our ability to service, maintain, and dispatch close to 600 buses every day. And as Mr. Price mentioned, we also hope that this facility allows us to recruit some of the best mechanics and technicians in the industry, allowing us to operate more efficiently and ensure that our students are arriving to school safely, on time, and ready to learn. We also look forward to getting some of our students who are interested in pursuing careers in the automotive industry into this impressive space this summer as a part of our Grow Our Own internship program. The program, in its 3rd year, was designed as a unique way to open doors and allow students an opportunity to see themselves here after graduation. What we didn't expect was for one of our mechanics, who served as a mentor in the program, to find a new career path of his own and make the transition from technician to teacher. Take a look.
AutoTech is a 2-year program, and this is the level 1. It's dual enrolled through Tidewater Community College.
We cover engine repair, shop safety, automatic transmissions, manual transmissions, drive lines, engine performance, and electrical.
Mr. Snell is brand new to teaching, but is no stranger to Chesapeake Public Schools.
He was a mechanic with the school division, and he had participated in the Grow Your Own program as a mentor to Chesapeake Public School students 2 summers ago.
I had a student who knew nothing about it, worked at a grocery store, thought that they would like the automotive field, and just to see it click. And I mean, he told me, he's like, I love this. This is what I want to do.
We're excited to get him because he's already invested in our family here, has been an employee for the division for 12 years before coming to us.
He's a great guy. I mean, he's taught me more than a lot of people have. He's a really good person.
I love him. He gets a lot of hands-on work. He really gets us in the shop and gets us going and gets our hands on stuff. I grew up on a family farm. I was always around mechanics and, working on heavy diesel machinery. I really liked it and the concept of everything, so I figured that this would give me one step in the door.
I try to run this program like a shop. They've all got jobs. I've got 2 foremen.
I am a student ambassador here, and I'm also a supervisor in our shop. Blue collar work runs our country, and I think it's really cool, especially women, to be seen in this field as a minority, and just really powerful.
The more they do it, the more they love it, and I mean, it's what I love. I've always been drawn to it. It's so neat to do something different every day. I was ready for a change, and I feel like this was a good one.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to have been selected today to speak representing the Chesapeake Career Center and the Automotive Technology 1 program. My name is Michaela McPherson. I'm a junior at Grassfield High School, and I also attend the Career Center on the side. I grew up on my family's farm, working on heavy equipment and hanging out with all the guys in and around the shop. I was always around the blue-collar lifestyle, and I lived it myself. For those that knew me growing up, showing livestock was my life. I poured blood, sweat, and tears into every moment. I always saw myself working in the agriculture industry. I can now say with confidence that those who have watched me turn wrenches can attest to the fact that my heart now belongs to the automotive community. My plans changed from livestock to mechanical-based work in a heartbeat. The Career Center inspired that change. Coming into the center showed me what I really wanted to do in life. Whether it be small project cars or heavy diesel, such as farm and groundwork equipment, I find myself loving every single area of it. Being around other people my age that have similar goals in the automotive industry has pushed me to do better in what I was doing. As for my teacher, Mr. Snell, he's by far been the best teacher I've had. He's nothing short of my boss in the shop, and in my opinion, he has done an exceptional job with teaching me and my classmates things we did not know. The projects we have completed and the things we have worked on is endless. Every day is something different, and it helps me dabble in all aspects of the industry. For me, the Career Center changed my future for the better and gave me multiple opportunities to get my foot in the door. I am beyond thankful for the program, and I will be returning next year to finish off the automotive program. Out of school, I plan on attending either a trade school or going to get an apprenticeship with Carter Cat Machinery or John Deere. Without the Career Center, none of this would have been possible. Thank you all for having me here to speak today. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Michaela. Mr. Snell, based on the impact you are having on students like her, we definitely think you made the right decision to become a teacher. Would you please stand to be recognized? Michaela, thank you again for being here. We are so proud of you and look forward to watching you do great things in the automotive industry. Not every student has their future mapped out as clearly as Michaela. That's why the Take a Peek Job Shadowing Day is another great opportunity to expose students to a variety of post-high school career options. But something like this isn't possible without close ties to our community and business partners. Take a peek at how it works. We're really working to provide opportunities for our students to get hands-on experiences. There are so many different jobs within the city as well as the school.
We are here today for our second annual job shadowing event. City Hall had 16 different departments taking students to job shadow for the day. We also had over 140 students placed today with businesses, wide variety of careers going from the healthcare field, technology, construction, and maritime careers. So we're very excited.
We're here at AIT Marine. I'm the well program manager. What I do is test any and all of our welders.
He's just teaching us how to weld and the basics of welding on essentially like a Navy shipyard.
I am more than willing to help them see what's out there. I hope it helps and gives them another alleyway in their career.
I'm a licensed program supervisor here at Chesapeake Integrated Behavioral Health Care, and so today we're trying to show students how vast the mental health field is, because really there's so many different facets of it that you may not know about if you're not directly involved.
Today I will be at the Chesapeake Integrated Behavioral Center, and I'll just be shadowing what's going on.
I did participate in New Year's Youth Day, and it was a really cool experience, and so when I found out they were doing the Student Shadowing Day, naturally I was willing to participate. We need more people in the mental health field for sure, so the more interest that we can generate, there's a lot of need out there right now in the community.
I want to do it though mainly because it was an opportunity to put my foot into a little of the healthcare field. Even if it's not exactly what I want to do, I feel like it's just a good start.
I'd like to thank the City of Chesapeake and all of the businesses that took time out of their workday to introduce our students to your profession. If you are here today and your company hosted one of our job shadowing students this year, would you please stand? Thank you. Students had a chance to be lawyers, firefighters, doctors, early childhood education teachers, welders, and much more, thanks to you. These students are just starting to think about their new careers, but as many of you in the room can relate, sometimes after a few years or even decades on the job, it's important to find ways to keep yourself engaged to avoid burnout. One of our primary goals is not only to recruit, but to retain high-quality teachers, and in many ways, that's never been more challenging than it is today. That's why it is so important for us to find ways to keep our best teachers here. Sometimes that means allowing them the autonomy to explore best practices, to try new things, and to be seen and respected as professionals who know what's best for students. That's the approach that several of our middle schools took this year by allowing educators to explore a new instructional method and become early adopters of the Modern Classroom Project. One of the project's goals is to create a lasting impact by addressing burnout and promoting well-being and resilience among teachers. But it also encourages our students to take more ownership over their learning and allows students to progress through the content at their own pace and move on when they have achieved mastery. I've seen it in action, and what our students and teachers are accomplishing is impressive. But there's no one better to explain it than someone who's actually doing it. So please join me in welcoming 7th grade math teacher, Mrs. Althea Carter from Hickory Middle School.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Cotton, for the opportunity to be here and share my experience with the Modern Classroom Project, MCP. You know, in education, we love our acronyms. Why is it so much harder to speak to a room full of adults than a stadium full of students? Honestly, I was apprehensive at first, not really knowing much about the program. And like many colleagues and parents, we were kind of nervous that it was very reminiscent of the COVID school days once we heard the term video lessons. But my wonderful colleague and dear friend, Beth Deere, took a deeper look and knowing me, told me that if I looked into it, I would love it. And of course, she was right. She's been a valuable part of my MCP journey and support team, and I am so grateful that she is also here supporting me this morning. I decided to take a summer training course. Went full implementation the same year we were moving to Canvas, our new learning management system, and then block scheduling, which is we're one of the schools that adopted that for the first time. Truthfully, I'm still a little bit of a mess when it comes to planning, but I feel like I'd be an apocalyptic mess this school year without Modern Classroom. My colleagues have expressed challenges that I don't tend to have, such as having more practice time and the ability to revise and remediate our students. But I'm able to provide many more opportunities for student practice, and I'm frequently able to assess and remediate my students as needed. The most amazing and beneficial part of this new system of learning is my ability to provide my students with on-demand assistance. I've seen how the MCP provides my students the time and freedom to discover and explore their own abilities and boundaries. It provides them more opportunity than ever before to review, relearn, revise, and reassess. It's working extremely well with our block scheduling, and it provides an abundance of opportunities for incentivizing students, which supports the culture of PBIS acronym, which stands for Positive Behavioral Intervention Systems, across the board, so both socially and academically. We're lucky this past winter to have representatives from the Modern Classroom Project visit our school and see our work in action. What we all agreed on is that new approaches can breed incredible results. See for yourself what other teachers and students think about the project.
What did we want to get by itself? Modern Classrooms Project is a three-pronged instructional approach that involves blending instruction through teacher-created videos, which allows students to self-pace through content, which allows for a mastery-based learning progression. What that means is that each day, students should be moving on to the next lesson when they're ready. My name is Christine Barford. I'm the Vice President of Partnerships at the Modern Classrooms Project. I came to see the amazing work that your teachers in Chesapeake were doing. I've heard from every teacher a desire to meet students' needs, to wanting to be doing what's best for kids.
I can literally, honestly, approach the needs of these students so much better.
My name is Samaya Van. I'm in 6th grade, and basically Modern Classroom is where you can stay on your own pace. We have a progress tracker where it's on the board and we have a paper so she knows where we're at.
Kids were all able to independently tell me what they're working on, why, what they're moving on to next. And if a student misses a day, they can access it at home, they can access it as soon as they come back and pick up exactly where they left off.
I was out for a couple of days, so I'm reviewing over lesson 5. I'm able to catch up more and ask the teacher for more understanding.
I just wanted something where I could meet everybody where they needed to be, and Modern Classroom was just the highway that took me to my goal.
They have definitely a growth mindset with this program. They feel successful, and success breeds success, so it's been huge.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Carter, for being here today, and congratulations are in order, I understand, because we heard that just last week you became the newest distinguished Modern Classroom educator. We look forward to seeing other teachers benefit from your experience and willingness to share both your successes and your challenges. Again, let's give her a hand for a great job. When representatives from the Modern Classroom Project visited in December, one of the interesting statistics they shared with us was that the average Modern Classroom teacher has been teaching for 14 years before adopting this new approach. In their research, Modern Classroom found that most teachers at that stage in their career want to continue teaching, but need a different strategy to energize themselves, but also to make sure that they are reaching every single student in their classroom. We often encourage teachers to give students ownership and choice in how they demonstrate their content mastery, so it only makes sense for us to give teachers that same flexibility to take some calculated risks and try new, innovative methods. Another group of teachers always willing to do what's best for their students is our outstanding group of 2024 Teachers of the Year. It is always a highlight of every school year to be able to celebrate their commitment to education. Take a look.
Acknowledge our 2024 Teachers of the Year.
Our 2024 Chesapeake Teacher of the Year, Miss Alyssa May from Butts Road Primary School, is here this morning and is joined by Mrs. Chelsea Nash, Mrs. Kathy Mustaine, and Mr. Maurice Frazier, representing our other overall district-wide honorees. Would you all please stand to be recognized? Combined, these phenomenal educators have over 70 years of teaching experience, and I hope they all plan to spend many more years here in Chesapeake. It's one of the things our district is known for, becoming a place where employees want to stay. And that's certainly true in the case of longtime Greenbrier Intermediate teacher, now retiree, Mr. John Sammons, who is not only still supporting the first LEGO League team at Greenbrier Intermediate School, but is also helping the program grow across the district.
We're at Greenbrier Intermediate School and we're having our first Chesapeake Cooperation Challenge. It's a combination of competition and cooperation.
It's really meant to be collaborating with them and cooperating and not be so competitive, but just to kind of learn from each other.
What I'm learning in robotics is that it's not about if we win, it's about how we can learn and how this can get us a good career in the future. Some of us could be engineers, inventors, scientists, maybe even YouTubers.
Well, we've been practicing missions, getting ready for the next tournament, learning core values like teamwork, fun, cooperation.
Yay! 2 in a row!
I made a lot of new friends.
I was teaching for 35 years and had been doing the Greenbrier First LEGO League team for the past 22 years. Since I've been retired, I still had the itch, wanted to stay involved.
So you know how to code a robot, you know how to get it from one side of the table.
The program has a good set of core values, and it's fun. And that's a really important part of it, and the group of kids are just amazing.
And it was really good how we keep practicing it and it keeps getting better and better.
My name is Aiden Saunders and I'm a 5th grader at Thurgood Marshall Elementary. In the fall of this year, I was a member of the first LEGO League at my school. The first LEGO League wasn't just about putting Legos together or running a robot. It was about working as a team and solving problems. Our team was made up of different people with different strengths and weaknesses. My strengths are running the robot and interacting with people. My presentation skills aren't that bad either. This was my school's very first contest, and it was also the first time I ever went to a tournament. On tournament day, we were both nervous and excited, but I was amazed at how we came together and participated in all 3 competitions as a team. We even ended up winning first place in the Innovation Project category. I'm really glad I joined the first LEGO League club this year. I hope my middle school and high school have a robotic club too. When I grow up, I want to be a technologist. Thank you so much for this opportunity here today.
Thank you, Aiden. We are so proud of you and all of your First League teammates. We'd also like to thank your LEGO League sponsor, Michelle O'Neill, and your principal, Andronette Ingram. Would you both please stand to be recognized? We also want to extend our thanks to Mr. John Sammons, who who you saw helping lead the LEGO League Challenge in that piece. I've known John for decades, and even after retirement, he remains passionate about helping students. Unfortunately, he was unable to be here this morning, but I wanted to make sure his contributions to the expansion of the first LEGO League program in our district was recognized. And selfishly, I was really hoping that he let me borrow that cool hat of his. The first LEGO League has provided an opportunity for students like Aiden to find their place. No matter what our students' interests are, we continue to invest in resources and activities that ensure they find a path that allows them to succeed. We were proud to be able to do that this year with the expansion of our middle school sports program to include girls and boys soccer and baseball. When that first Chesapeake Middle School soccer trophy was placed into the hands of the Jolliffe Jaguars, the excitement was contagious. Here to tell us more about what that moment meant to her is 8th grade girls soccer co-captain Abby Swisher.
It's such an honor to get to speak here today. I had the privilege to be one of the captains of the Jolliffe Middle School soccer team, which won the first middle school soccer city championship. It was such an amazing experience to get to play the sport I love in front of friends, family, teachers, and even my buddy, Officer Garcia, our school resource officer. The support we received throughout the season was amazing, and I want to give a special shout out to our coach, Coach Whitney Roberson, our athletic director, Mr. Waddell, and our principal, Mr. Close, for their dedication to our team. The team got a lot of credit for our accomplishments. We had victory walks, pep rallies, and a champions breakfast. I had such a great time being on the team and being able to play soccer with my close school friends. School sports give kids opportunities to try different sports and be a part of a team. I am proud of our team's achievements, and this is a moment I'll cherish forever. Thank you all once again for allowing me to share this experience with you.
Abby is joined here today by her coach, Mrs. Whitney Roberson, her principal, Mr. John Close, and her parents, Blaine and Mike Lamonia. Would you all please stand? I'd like to also congratulate the Chesapeake Middle School League Boys Baseball champions from Hickory Middle School for also taking first place in their inaugural season this past fall, and we look forward to crowning the inaugural boys soccer champions next week. These types of experiences are only possible through the willingness of so many employees to take on extra roles and responsibilities like Mrs. Roberson, who is also a first grade teacher at Deep Creek Elementary. We have the Hornets in the house. At Great Bridge High School, 2 other teachers are also donating some of their extra time to offer a very unique experience for the Wildcats. After school, 3 days a week.
This is Great Bridge Yarnies, one of 2 clubs that I participate in. Personally, it's my favorite. It's the most stress relieving.
I actually did crocheting a couple years back during COVID, but I never really knew how to do it. So I came here and I knew a couple friends in the Yarnies, and I thought it would be really cool to like get into it and have friends do it with me and just like have a community of people with the same interests.
The kids are really interested in learning how to continue either this tradition from what they've seen their grandma do, or just be able to make their own clothes, purses, bags.
We do a lot of our own projects, but we are currently partnered with Newborns in Need to make like garments like baby hats and little like baby socks. And a lot of people I think are working on blankets right now.
I came to a craft fair in the fall and happened to see that there was a Wildcat Yarnies table set up.
She saw us and couldn't get to us because the table was so full with other people. So she called the school and said, hey, do you guys want yarn? I'm like, oh, we always love yarn. But then I said, what do you do?
We basically make a lot of different things for local newborn babies that are born into challenging situations and don't have the supplies that they need. Our whole thought process here is help the community that we live in.
It has a purpose now for the students and for the babies.
As you can see, I had to get my hands on a Yarny's original. Ooh, that's a little warm. Deborah Williams, president of the local chapter of Newborns in Need, is here this morning with Yarny's co-sponsors, Mrs. McChesney, Mrs. Fallon, and Yarny's president, Caitlin Home. Would you all please stand to be recognized? We love when our students' passions connect them with the ability to serve and support their community, much in the same way that several local businesses encourage their employees to give back where they live and work. For the past several summers, the Community Involvement Committee, a joint community service effort of both Heartland Construction and Comfort Systems of Virginia, have adopted a school and generously donated their time and money to update and renovate outdoor spaces. We've seen their generosity on display at Camelot Elementary, the Chesapeake Career Center, Indian River Middle, and Chesapeake Center for Student Success. But their commitment to updating the Treacle Elementary courtyard this summer was their largest, but also hopefully their most rewarding project to date.
I'm Eric Stickler, president of Heartland Construction. Well, we have the beautification of Treacle's courtyard. So we've teamed up with some of our sister companies, Comfort Systems of Virginia, Bridgman Civil, to renovate this courtyard from what it was, which was, you know, kind of a bowl of weeds out here and dirt. And we regraded it, brought in, you know, literally tons of rubber mulch, and you know, we had staff members from all three companies out at our shop building, you know, tree stump seats, school tables, you know, an art center for the kids. So it's been a heck of a process.
This project has been a huge undertaking, much bigger than we've ever done before. And it really started with doing the stumps. We had to completely get them bare and stain them and cut them and sand them. And then we were donated the electrical spools for the tables. So that was really cool. We got to paint those. So yeah, we kind of took it on. There were some drainage issues at first, which we weren't expecting. And Bridgman Civil was kind enough to help us out and get the drainage done and fixed and the grading fixed.
Having this courtyard has been amazing. I've taught language arts out here. I've actually taught science out here as well. So we try to get out into this courtyard as much as possible. Here we're outside in the real world, and we're trying to make sure that our students are college and career ready. So we're outside. We are actually surveying right now. Some of my friends, they might be an engineer someday, so that it's a perfect environment for them to just get into it and do some real project-based activities.
I've lived in Deep Creek my whole life, went to Deep Creek High, Deep Creek Elementary, so this has always been right around the corner from us. It's just nice to give back to where you live and where you work. So we're excited for the kids to have a nice outdoor learning environment.
They did an absolutely fabulous job with turning a barren piece of land inside of a building into a wonderful oasis for our students.
What an incredible place for our students to learn. With the Heartland Construction, Comfort Systems of Virginia, and Bridgman Civil team members who are here today, please stand to be recognized. See, they even all sit together. They're such a great team. We knew when you asked us if you could bring in cranes that this project was perhaps a little more than you initially bargained for, but thank you for creating such an amazing space for our students. Another type of partnership with local news station WVEC is helping enhance the experience of students at Oscar Smith High School's photojournalism program. Take a look.
And then you just want to frame me so I'm in the center. All right, good headroom. Jalen can let you know.
I'm a senior at Oscar Smith. I work behind the scenes and the morning production. I do graphics, I do sound, I do really whatever I need to do.
And those production tasks were made a little easier recently thanks to a generous donation from local news station WVEC.
We donated 4 HD cameras to the class. We donated some lights as well. I've been working with Mr. Reeves now for several years, helping them with a few technology needs along the way.
Nancy and everything that we do at Oscar Smith, so we're so appreciative.
Well, this stuff's still good. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Everything we donate is still functional. It's still good technology.
Currently, it's 44 degrees outside and sunny. Today's forecast calls for sunny skies, high 56. I'm Gavin.
And I'm Tristan.
With your morning announcements.
The more they can learn this before they go to college, the better. The more experience they have before they go to college, where they're learning it all from a textbook. This is hands-on experience, incredibly valuable.
Definitely had to multitask and doing multiple things at once. Doing audio was something I struggled in, which I can do now. Graphics, being a little more creative.
They need this experience, and it's our future. They need to learn this, and we need to get them educated in it earlier rather than later. This is fantastic that they do it at the high school level.
Kevin O'Malley from WVEC is here today with senior Jalen DeLoach and his teacher, Mr. Mark Reeves. Would you all please stand? We love seeing our students engaged in these types of real-world, hands-on experiences that truly bring learning to life. In another part of our city, we are seeing the same thing happen in the Hickory Elementary School cafeteria, where our school nutrition lead, Ms. Tersila Kuhn, is turning her lunchroom into an interactive classroom where students learn about meal prepping, nutritional standards, proper food storage, and more.
Jessica Tersila Kuhn, and I am the lead here at Hickory Elementary. I'm the head lunch lady. I'm in charge of making sure that meals are served properly, we order enough, everything in the kitchen is running smoothly, and the biggest thing, make sure our kids are fed. That's my biggest thing. Kitchen tours are a lot of fun. I did one last year. I did 3rd grade last year again. It was a lot of fun. I love being able to share with the kids what we do back here. I love connecting with the kids. I think it's important that they get to see what goes into preparing their meals, why maybe we have to say you gotta take your fruit or vegetable. It's, everything has to be followed a certain way. I love being able to share that with the kids.
Jessica is one of many of our very talented school nutrition professionals here in Chesapeake. We like Jessica because she's innovative, creative, and thinks outside of the box. Each day she comes to school, she tries to find ways to make the cafeteria a learning lab for the students. She's done some creative things with kids being able to come and tour the kitchen. As you can see today, she's dressed up as Mario, which is really creative. It helps to bring out the theme of the week, a level up for school nutrition. Jessica's also creative because she has a strong support system. Her team, they get together and they come up with ideas and ways to dress up, ways to come up with things that will make the cafeteria an interesting place to come to receive a healthy and nutritious meal.
And I just want to thank my crew because I would not be able to have gotten through last year and even this year without them. I mean, I learn every day as we're going, and today on days where I'm doing tours and stuff, they pick up the slack, and I wouldn't be able to do what I do without them.
You might not recognize her without her Mario costume, but Jessica Tersila Kuhn is here today. Would you please stand to be recognized? You are certainly a natural educator. So if you ever want to follow Mr. Snell's footsteps into a classroom, be sure to let us know. Just down the road, in another one of our cafeterias, students at Southeastern Elementary School learned an even more important life-saving lesson. Take a look.
A student here at Southeastern Elementary School is alive thanks to the quick actions of his friend and school security officer who were in the right place at the right time. I'm Pari Cruz, and I'm out in Chesapeake to introduce you to this week's Everyday Heroes.
It was a scary moment for everybody who saw it. It felt weird. It was like sideways in my throat, like poking.
Just coming back from their holiday breaks on January 4th, third graders Wyatt Park and Cora D'Artes were sitting together at lunch when a Dorito from his walking taco got stuck in his throat.
His face was like as red as like a tomato. Wyatt was in trouble. I like tried the Heimlich maneuver. It was all quiet. Then all of a sudden I hear, "He's joking!"
So that's when I ran over. And I said, "Cora, I got him." And she backed up. And I just gave him the Heimlich. Everybody's saying, "Hero, hero." And I'm like, "No, just doing my job."
Wyatt went off to the nurse's office, fortunately quickly recovering from the scary experience.
I wanted more food.
The next day, Wyatt's mom came on campus to thank Mr. Little.
Extremely grateful, because if not for both of their parts in this, the situation could have turned out entirely different.
You know, that's what y'all brought me here for. Yeah. And I was trained to do is to take care of my family. It's actually God. He just made sure that everything happened for a reason.
Mr. Little's help going a long way. So we decided to surprise him with an Everyday Hero Award.
So, Mr. Little, I know that you don't like being recognized, but we just wanted to recognize you for helping out every day and for helping save Wyatt that particular day. And we wanted to honor you as one of our everyday heroes. So it's WTKR. Well, our partners over at Southern Bank wanted to gift you with a $300 gift card for all of your actions that day.
I feel honored. Just thank God that I was there and there to help. I love you guys. I'm just thankful. Yeah, just thankful that I could be used. That's all.
But he wasn't the only hero that sprung into action that day. So we decided to honor her too.
Cora, you are going to be, because you helped Wyatt that day out as well, you are also a News 3 Everyday Hero. So we got you, Cora, too.
Yeah.
This is an honor.
Our friends over at Cinema Cafe wanted to give you $300 to spend as you like.
You did a fantastic job, baby.
You did too.
Love you.
Good morning. My name is Jody Park. I'm Wyatt's mom. January 4th, 2024 was a normal day until I got a call. I saw the school's number on my caller ID. My first thought was, okay, which kid is sick now or who's done what? But what I was not expecting was the nurse to tell me that my son Wyatt had gotten choked at lunch and that the school security guard had to do the Heimlich maneuver. I was told that he was okay and they were able to lodge what he was choking on, but there was still some concern that he could aspirate. I immediately asked to speak with him because as a mom, I just needed that reassurance that he was okay. Once I heard his voice, I knew he was okay, but he was still visibly shaken and upset from the incident. But soon after, he perked up, and as he likes to tell it, was ready for more food because he didn't get to finish his lunch. We're a new family to the Chesapeake school system this year. This is our children's first year at Southeastern Elementary, so we were unfamiliar with as much of the staff beyond their teachers. But I knew I needed to make a visit to the school to meet Mr. Little in person and thank him. I don't think he or I expected the picture and Facebook post I made to get the attention that it did, and I'm sure he is regretting letting me take that picture. The very first thing he said to me when I tried to thank him was, "Not you're welcome." It was, "It's not me you should be thanking. You need to thank that little girl in his class who got my attention and got me over there to help." That's when I first learned about Cora. At 9 years old, she is more mature and brave than most adults. She described how other classmates sat there frozen and in shock, not knowing what to do. But she knew she immediately needed to do something and quickly jumped into action by initially trying to perform the Heimlich herself, but then shouting for help. You always hear about the negative within the schools, but there is so much good that seems to get overshadowed. This story got the media's attention, but I'm sure there are so many other stories and acts that go unrecognized. We are grateful for the school system that employs a man like Mr. Little, who is so humble and kind. He is still so uncomfortable with being called a hero and does not want to accept any acknowledgement or attention for what he says is just doing his job. This man will forever hold a special place in our hearts. And Cora, you are wise beyond your years. Your parents have done an amazing job raising such a remarkable young lady who we're sure is going to do great things in the future. We thank God for putting them both right in the right place at the right time. If not for both of their parts, this situation could have been completely different, and we are thankful they were both there that day.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Park, to you as well as Mr. Park for being here today to help us celebrate the quick thinking actions of Mr. Little and Cora. They are both here today and more than deserving of the title Everyday Hero. Would you both please stand so we can give you one more round of applause? At the end of each of our State of the Schools events, it's my greatest pleasure, one of my greatest pleasures, to bestow another very special title. That is the title of Pride of the Peak. This award was established in 2021 to recognize those members of our community who go above and beyond to support our students and their families. To help me with this year's special presentation, I'd like to invite Chesapeake Educational Foundation Board Chair, Mr. Chris Crouch, to the stage.
Thank you, Dr. Cotton, for the opportunity to be here today and to host the State of the Schools breakfast. The Chesapeake Educational Foundation's primary purpose is to support the work of the school district. We are proud of the many ways that we help foster community partnerships and encourage others to find ways to create and give back here in the Chesapeake Public School System. As an educational foundation, we're incredibly fortunate to have numerous business partners, many of whom are here in attendance today, that generously support our grant programs, our Teacher Supply Center, and our Care Space programs, all designed to ensure that our students show up to school ready to succeed. One of the reasons I'm so proud to be invited here today to help present this year's Pride of the Peak Award is because I've seen the dedication of this individual up close for many, many years. I consider this person not only a colleague, but a dear friend, and I know this room is filled with so many others that are considerate to have crossed paths with this year's recipient. Please take a look.
When I got the call and learned who the recipient was for this award, actually I was shocked. I don't even think this person likes kids.
This year's recipient is a volunteer extraordinaire.
Thank you for helping us to achieve the things that we want to achieve for our schools.
She was such a blessing to my school.
She consistently shares of her time, her talents, and her resources with many organizations, but Chesapeake Public Schools is closest to her heart.
She's a cheerleader for Chesapeake Public Schools. She's behind us in everything that we do.
I can't think of anybody else that epitomizes what this award stands for.
Thank you for everything you did for me and my young scholars.
She makes everything that you do fun, and you enjoy volunteering and working with her.
We talked, we laughed, and we filled those book bags knowing that this was going to be a precious gift for our students.
I get to watch from a front row seat just how much impact that she has made.
She's a teacher first and a mom first before all of the other roles that she fulfills, and you can see that in everything that she does.
We are very fortunate that this recipient and her family called Chesapeake home.
She's been so inspirational, insurmountable force in the community, especially when you're talking about public schools.
Our mom would always pack backpacks for the students.
I'm extremely proud of what she does for the community.
And she fills out little containers with school supplies and puts them in the backpacks and delivers them to schools. And we would help her with filling that up.
Being a former teacher herself, she has really kept close to the vest of how much she cares about the teachers. And I think that's what inspires her to be the type of person that she is.
She sparked like the interest of helping others, and I've always taken pride in that.
She would actually rather be the anonymous one, the one that's in the shadows, that makes sure everybody gets what they need and gets what they deserve.
She's caring and loves us, and she loves the students.
I know she inspires me every day. To be a good person. And I'm glad that she has that effect on our kids.
Mom, we're proud of you.
Mom, I'm so proud of you.
Claudia, I'm so proud of you.
Claudia Kadir,
You are
You are
Pride of the Peak.
Pride of the Peak.
Claudia, would you please come join us on stage to accept your award? We're in trouble. Well, Claudia, we know that your support of our school district is rooted in the fact that you were a teacher with us for 6 years at Hickory High School. In that time, you no doubt touched the lives of countless students and staff, but since then, we've watched your reach widen across the city and the impact you've made in our educational foundation as a board member, and the thousands of backpacks you and your family have filled every summer for our Title I schools since 2015, and in the hundreds of hours you volunteered at our Teacher Supply Center and as a part of the Southeastern Elementary PTA. In each of these important roles, you've given of yourself, and always without any expectation of praise or recognition. And we know that's how you prefer it. So we really hope that you'll forgive us, because everyone that was in on this surprise was a little worried you might be mad at us for this very public recognition as I move over. But we couldn't pass up this opportunity to celebrate the amazing impact you make right here. And if you are still mad, it was Chris Crouch's idea. I think we all agree with Carolyn Bernard, we are truly blessed that you and your family call Chesapeake home. You are the pride of the Peak. As our time together this morning wraps up, I want to again extend my gratitude to everyone here today for your support of Chesapeake Public Schools. I'd also like to sincerely thank the guest speakers who graciously agreed to join me on stage and share their incredible stories with you this morning. They represent just a small fraction of the learning that happens here, the rewarding careers that are built here, and the community partners who give back here. And since the hardest part of giving this address each year is deciding what we have to leave out, here's a quick look at just a few more incredible moments that happen here each and every day.
We love you, Miss May.
We hope you will take what you've learned today back with you into your communities where you live and work. In order to help you, members of our staff and several of our students are around the room with copies of our annual report, a publication that features our strategic plan in action and proof that the state of our school system is strong, thanks to you. Finally, I'd like to once again thank all of our sponsors. Without them, the good work of the foundation and events like this would not be possible. Thank you for coming today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.